People often ask me where I got the name of my business, Corridor 9. And that's it right there. That is Corridor 9 at the Bellosphere Mall. And years ago, I used to work at the Gap at the Bellosphere Mall. And that was how we entered the mall, was through Corridor 9. And there was one night where I was working at the Gap. And every couple of months we had to do a flip where we would flip all of the merchandise. So we'd get a truckload of new merchandise and we would have to unbox it, tag it, scan it, and fold it, and then put it out on the shelves. Well, that would always happen late at night after the mall closed. So at like 10 o'clock at night, and we'd work until 2, 3, 4 in the morning, just, till it was done. And we were doing that one night, and it's about midnight, and I am sick of it. I had had enough. I was like, why am I doing this? I hate this job. This job sucks. I am miserable. And it was really, I call it my crucible moment. I was at a point where I knew something had to change, because I was not going to continue in that misery any longer. And so I decided there was really two options. One was that I could walk out, I could quit at that moment, and just be done. It's not that it was paying that well. It's not that it was that great of a job. And so that was a real possibility for me at that moment. I honestly considered quitting that job, just walking out and being done. But I knew that that wasn't how I was raised. That wasn't that wasn't in line with my belief system. But it also, I just knew I could not continue, and so it became a very real possibility, even though I really didn't want that to be who I was. The only other option for me was to change how I thought about the job, change my mindset. And so I thought, you know what? I don't work here anymore. I am not an employee of the Gap. I work for myself. I am my own business, and I have decided that I will contract my services to the Gap. And I will continue to contract my services to the Gap until I decide I no longer want them as a client. But as long as they are my client, I am going to treat them like they are my client, and I'm going to give them the absolute best service that I can. And that moment, everything changed. In fact, that moment changed the entire course of my life, because I realized that I was not a victim, that I was in control of my life, that I was able to control my mindset, how I thought, how I felt about any situation, and that I was not a prisoner, but I was free. I was absolutely free, and that changed. It was just a monumental change in my life. And so one thing that I started doing is I started answering. Anytime I was asked to do something, I would say, absolutely, I am here to work. And so there was things that they would ask me to do sometimes, like clean the bathrooms. And I detested cleaning the bathrooms. I worked at the Gap. I was one of maybe 2 or 3 other males that worked there. I did not want to clean the bathrooms. But they would ask me to clean the bathrooms, and my answer was, you know what, I'm here to work, and I will do what you ask me to do, and I would do it willingly and with joy. And here's what happened. Here is just a phenomenal response or result of what happened when I started answering that way. When I started saying, I'm here to work, you know what else? Other people I started hearing other people, other employees start answering with that same thing. My attitude was infectious. I got such a huge kick out of hearing other people talking, when they were asked to do something and they would answer, sure, yeah, I'm here to work. Here's the other thing that happened. Not only was I recognized as having a good attitude, for most people that get hired, because I got hired during the Christmas season. Most people that get hired during the Christmas season don't go on to continue working there. That, after Christmas, hours get cut and it's just a skeleton crew. I was one of the only employees to be held on after Christmas, just a handful of us. And they also, a few months later, not right away, but at some point along the way, they also offered me a management position. Crazy, huh? And because that was such a pivotal moment in my understanding of life and of my own power and ability to control my mindset, I just knew when I was starting my company that I wanted that to be what I named my company. And so that's the story of Corridor 9.